Hello to my fellow Star Wars fan! I'm your host, Dingus, and today I'll be talking about whether or not the Mandalorian in the show Mandalorian is actually Boba Fett. And before I get into that, if you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any of my future Star Wars and Disney videos every day at 7 p.m. Eastern. And if you enjoy, smash that like button down below. See if we can get to maybe 10 likes for this video. That would be amazing. So I was just online doing my thing, bored, and I saw people talking about the Mandalorian being Boba Fett secretly. And while that's interesting to think about, I don't think that's actually the case. And I understand why people would think that at first glance, because he's using the same blaster that Boba Fett used in the holiday special. You had that little clip in the new trailer of the Carbonite. Just because those two things happen doesn't mean he's Boba Fett. Just because he has the same blaster doesn't mean he's the same person. Every blaster that a character uses in the Star Wars universe isn't the only blaster of that kind in the Star Wars universe. I mean, for example, Han Solo's blaster and Luke Skywalker's blaster are basically identical. Han Solo's blaster is more iconic, and I believe the only difference really is that Han Solo's DL-44 has a scope. So they look a little bit different, but they're basically the same exact blaster. So just because the same blaster is used doesn't mean they're the same characters. And with the Carbonite isn't even really a staple of Boba Fett's character. Because Boba Fett didn't use Carbonite. What happened was that Darth Vader wanted to freeze Luke Skywalker in a Carbonite, so he tested it out on Han Solo. Boba Fett brought Han to Darth Vader, and then just so happened that Jabba the Hutt had a price on Han's head, so Boba asked Vader if he could have him after to bring to Jabba. That's really it. That's what happened with the Carbonite. It's not Boba Fett's staple to use Carbonite. Carbonite is just a way to transport these bounties without having any trouble, without having the bounties, fight back or try to escape. It's a safe and relatively easy way to bring your bounty to the person that you're hired for. So that's really it. Now also, if they were going to use Boba Fett in The Mandalorian, which I do think they will eventually, I think they're going to use Boba Fett Season 2, maybe there's a surprise appearance in Season 1, I doubt it, but maybe there's a surprise appearance in Season 1, Season 2 maybe. I would assume they would use either Daniel Logan or Temuera Morrison. Daniel Logan played the young version of Boba in Attack of the Clones, and Temuera Morrison played Jango Fett, and he also did the voiceover for the special editions of the original trilogy. So I would assume they would use either one of them. I mean, you can use Daniel Logan, and that would make a lot of sense, because you'd have the same actor that played Boba Fett in live action before, and you can use Temuera Morrison and just de-age him a little bit, or even never show his face, and you'd be fine, because it's Jango Fett. So I would assume they would use one of those two actors if using Boba Fett and not Pedro Pascal, who is a fantastic actor, by the way. But I feel like they would use one of those actors that previously played Boba Fett or Jango Fett instead of using Pedro Pascal. Another thing is that, well, the Mandalorian is called the Mandalorian, and Boba Fett just isn't a Mandalorian. The armor that Jango Fett used was stolen Mandalorian armor. So Boba Fett isn't even a Mandalorian. Now, it's possible that the Mandalorian is just called the Mandalorian because he has the Mandalorian armor on, but I have a feeling that he actually is a Mandalorian, so that writes off Boba Fett right away, because Boba Fett just isn't a Mandalorian. So while it's really interesting to think, and it's a cool notion at first that, hey, could the Mandalorian be Boba Fett? The more you think about it, the more and more that he just isn't Boba Fett. He's his own character, and I can't wait to see the show when this comes out, The Mandalorian, November 12th. I'll be getting Disney Plus as soon as it launches, so I'll be doing a review right when I finish watching the show. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss that. Let me know in the comments, guys, do you think The Mandalorian is Boba Fett, and are you excited for the new TV show? Smash that like button if you enjoyed. Let's see if we can get to 10 likes for this video. Merch link in the description down below. Click right here for my most recent upload, and click right here for my Star Wars Explained playlist. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time.